Senior Project is a project that challenges high school seniors to demonstrate their academical knowledge in an experimental way.
Presentation part and the research paper part, the fieldwork part and the stuff they do outside of school, I don't agree with as much.
3. The senior project increases the amount of students transferring to schools that do not have the senior project, while also increasing the amount of seniors that will not graduate, and decreasing the amount of income that the school will receive. But most importantly, giving students unnecessary stress to their senior year and other responsibilities and schoolwork.
Senior project is not important because it doesn't focus on the community service portion of it more so than the research topic.
Here you go. What do you find most difficult about the senior project?
The community service hours.
And what would you change about the senior project?
I'd do less hours.
What do you find most difficult about the senior project?
Getting all the information mainly, and it's pretty hard once you have work to do in the English class and getting the source cards for it and everything.
What would you change about the senior project?
Just not doing it because it's not very.
Like getting rid of it?
Yeah, it's not necessary.
For our surveys, we went around to different senior classes, surveying senior students, and asking them this question: do you think the senior project benefits your future? Our results show that 47 out of the 200 students say yes, but 153 students say it does not benefit our future.
The next question was, have you ever stressed over the senior project? And majority said yes with 184, and some said no, only 20, about 21.
What are your solutions for the senior project?
I believe that we should just get rid of it because, it causes students too much stress, but also, you won't be able to learn as much. That's kind of bad.
Okay, all right, thank you. We have considered that solution to just get rid of the senior project completely. Some of our pros for that is that, it causes a lot of stress for seniors, and it's a lot more work, and you do have college applications and stuff you have to worry about. And then a con will be we won't be learning as much in English. It'll just be book-based instead of
It's definitely good to present in front of a panel of people you don't know as well, and present information you've researched. The negative affects the time that might be necessary to do stuff outside of school and in the community. The value of that, I don't know if that's really valuable or not.
I believe the research component probably should be modified or removed just because I feel it adds a lot of anxiety to the students and kind of sometimes doesn't have a connection to what the community service was to begin with. So that would be my suggestions on how to modify the project.
So what do you think is a solution for the senior project?
A solution for the senior project, I believe, is that teachers can focus on this. English teachers can focus on the senior project all year long.
The pros will force student to be less stressed, and you will have more help from your teachers and along the way. But the cons will be not being independent to do everything for yourself, kind of relying on your teachers to help you out through it.
Project should be career oriented just because 1, high school seniors don't know where they're going, and then 2, once they do decide on something that they're going to do, they continue on into college, and then halfway into it they realize that's not what they want to do. They just realize that the education's so long and they can't afford it, so then they switch over to something new and it just doesn't benefit them in any way.
Our best solution to decrease transfers, non-graduates, and stressed students is by decreasing the hours necessary for community service, because community service can be very time-consuming to a high school student that may have other responsibilities on their shoulder, while also forcing the senior project to be more career-driven, meaning for the senior advisors to only approve topics that the students are interested in pursuing in the future, making the senior project more beneficial to our students' future and life out of high school. The resources for best solution are approval by the administration and community service organizations that correlate with the career.
Do you think if the senior project was focused more career-based, it would be more beneficial for students?
I think that's a great option. I think some students do make it career-based, just not everybody, right? There are some students that maybe want to go and be beauticians and they do something related to that. We've had students in the past that have wanted to become fighter pilots and did their pilot's license for it, and he's now a fighter pilot, that student. So we do have students that do it, but not everybody does. So I think that's definitely a good option to make it career-based.
To make these changes, it won't cost a thing to get these positive outcomes. The possible side effect of making this change is that there will be more students wanting to come to Los Altos High School, and there will be more graduates, and more students won't be so stressed about their senior year.
Like the idea, the concept of a senior project?
Senior project.
It would be up to the school site, so the leadership, the teachers get together, they decide on that together, all the teachers for the whole school, and that's something that we've all committed to and think is really important.
I think positively, I have a lot of kids that have come back over the years that have said, am I looking at this right? Okay. And that have said that it's actually encouraged them to go into a certain field in their job field. It's also encouraged them to go to college, because a lot of kids feel like they can't make it or they can't do it. And this gives them that extra boost to realize that they can do college level work.
Our plan to convince for this change is to spread the video to the teachers of Los Altos High School so they could see how students are stressing and not graduating and transferring to different schools. As of now, the current policy is that every senior student must complete the senior project to graduate, which includes 15 hours of community service with 7.5 pages of journals, at least, along with a portfolio, research paper, and a presentation with a PowerPoint. In conclusion, we must make these modifications to gain these 3 positive outcomes: more graduates, less transfers, and less senior stress.